In today's video, I want to talk to you about church real estate. What I mean by that is real estate owned by churches that are in good locations that are perfect for real estate development, apartment development in particular. I'm going to talk a little bit about the opportunities of buying from churches, how they're made up, and some of the patience you have to have when orchestrating deals. Stick around for this episode. Let's go! First, let me start off and say that I'm no expert in buying from churches, and every church is run a little bit different. But I've done my fair share of transactions with churches, particularly buying land for them for development in my 20-plus year career. So in this video, I just wanted to hit on one particular transaction I've worked on, which is representative and pretty typical of what it takes to do deals with churches. Churches have some of the best real estate in the country. If you think about it, many of the big churches have been around for hundreds of years. They were in the best locations in the best cities. And so they've held on to some great real estate. Over time, those best locations have now outpaced the highest and best use of being a church. Meanwhile, churches continue to struggle for attendance, for donations, and quite frankly, a lot of times the churches have now gone online. So instead of having 20,000 square foot churches right in downtown, they may only need 5,000 square foot churches. So many churches nowadays can sell for considerable amounts of money for the land, and they use those proceeds to go build elsewhere, usually a little more rural. Now, the difficulty comes in where churches, when they're buying or selling, and we're talking more about selling here, have to make 100-year decisions. Where they're going to end up, they are thinking in their heads they may be there for the next 100 years. As a result, the decision-making process takes time. Most decision-making processes start with the pastor and a few board members. Usually those board members are pretty astute in real estate or deal making or business. Once you've gotten to the deal points with the pastor and the board members, i.e. letter of intent, if they're going to be staying in place and you're going to be building near them, they want to know what your building looks like, how tall it's going to be. They may even have some deed restrictions they want to apply so that you don't put nefarious type of retailers next to them. That process alone can take anywhere from 2 to 5 months just to get past that first stage. The next stage usually goes into having a vote among the entire board, because the board members you're dealing with are usually just 2 or 3 folks, and there could be 12 or 15 total board members. Once you get past the board vote that they're good to move forward past a letter of intent and into contract, they then usually need to get approval from the congregation. Now you may say, holy cow, are you saying that we have to have 1,000 members, let's say there's 1,000 church members, approve whether I can buy their deal? When medium to large size churches are selling their real estate that they've been on for decades and moving to a different location, they of course want to make sure that their congregation is okay and is going to come with them, that they don't lose that membership, which in part is a financial support. Now, I'm not saying they have to have all 100% of the congregation on board. I don't think any of the pastors and the board go for that kind of metric, but there probably is some majority that begins to make sense. The meeting with the congregation itself doesn't take that long. It's all the preparation that the pastor and board members are doing ahead of time, that 2 to 6 months or longer, in order to gather as much information as humanly possible so that they only have to present one time and they can be as convincing as possible to their congregation. They want to have the maps, the elevations, what it will look like, what it's constructed as, an idea of who some of the retail tenants may be on the bottom floor, what kind of apartments you're going to be leasing. Will they be student housing? Will they be conventional, affordable? I've also seen many churches these days, like when they sell, to be part of the new development that goes up. They'll literally buy back a condominium within the new high-rise structure because they know there could be hundreds more new people living there that could be potential church members. So I'll wrap it up like this. Churches have really good real estate. There are a lot of developers that focus on looking for church-owned real estate, who have developed relationships with the higher-ups at some of these national and worldly churches to help them develop their real estate. The only real bad news is you have to have a lot of patience. The good news about it is you're getting really good real estate, and most of these churches, because they have experienced board members who are helping to negotiate it, know to give you plenty of time with the municipalities to get all the zoning and building permit approvals before moving forward. I hope this video brought you some value, and if it did, please give me a like down below. Make sure you subscribe, that way you're notified when the next video comes out each week. And I'll see you guys in the next one.